Hey y'all, Chuck here. My wife Paige.
Hey.
Paige is planning our next trip around Thailand. What, about over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks? Like 2.5 weeks. So she's been planning this trip and it's coming up. We're gonna be taking off somewhere at the beginning of January, but
You're my heartbeat, my silent drum. That is kicking me till I'm numb. I wanna feel the love that James Brown did when he got standing ovations on his gig. I wanna feel free like a bird in the sky when he opened his wings to fly on by to the beat of my silent drum. That is kicking me till I'm numb.
it is time for another weekly question and answer update from my viewers and subscribers. I have quite a few. Some of these are from a couple weeks ago because I was a little behind, and I have some left over that will be, I have some that'll be for next week. Yeah. Anyway, I got a lot, so let's get started. The first question is from Gimmel. Were you serious when you mentioned getting stopped 10 times a day by the police on your driving trips? That would get old very quickly. Well, 10 times is a little exaggerated, huh? Not much. Probably 4, maybe 5. Well, see, the thing is sometimes we're traveling like 450 kilometers, so that's a long way. So, yeah, there's a lot of police checks this time of the year during the holidays because there's a lot of people, Yeah, there's a lot of people drinking and driving. They want to check, make sure everybody's wearing their seat belts. Everybody has insurance, a driver's license. They're not carrying illegal cargo, stuff like that. But right now they're trying to slow things down to try to make sure that people aren't drinking and driving. So they have a lot of stops, and it makes people think, oh, well, I can't, there's no way I'm going to be able to drink and drive because there's so many stops. So that's really what it's for, not to irritate people like me. German 411. Here's a question for next Sunday. I really don't, this is the best invention in Thailand. I mean, this is the best invention in the world. Made in China? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I love this thing. I love killing bugs. Here's a question for your next Sunday. I just do these on random days. I really don't do them on Sunday, but I get it. What do your in-laws think about the current political situation in Thailand and the military running the country? And are they red shirt supporters? If you feel uncomfortable answering this, go ahead and ignore it. I will understand about censorship. Big Brother is watching. No, I'll answer the question for you. Really, to be honest with you, they're not any kind of shirt, whatever shirt they pick out for the day. They don't really get involved in politics. Their life doesn't really revolve around being dependent on the government. To be honest with you, I don't think they really have any concern who's running the country. I think that they're lean more to being to approving the current prime minister. He is doing a lot right now for the country in a different way, but they really don't get involved with it. And me personally, I don't get involved in it. It's none of my business, and I don't really talk about personally. I don't talk about the politics here or back home or religion or anything like that. But they don't really get involved in that, and I'm glad too. So I think a lot of their friends are red shirts. So anyway, you get mostly in Isan, they're mostly red shirts anyway.
I don't think they care anymore. too old.
Yeah, they don't really care. Well, her friend, their friends? Yeah, their friends really don't care, but I hear them discussing it in a little bit, you know, every now and then at the dinner table, but they really don't care. What do they? They don't care. They don't depend on the government.
66.
66, yeah, they don't care. All they care about is make sure that cabinet's full of Sangsong.
Yeah.
Mrsafteyforever, good name. Are there any foods that are extremely expensive or unavailable? Take care. Huh? Yeah, good quality beef is expensive here because Thai people don't really eat a lot of beef. And if you want a good cut of beef, it has to be imported from. The closest place would be, you know, like Australian beef, something like that. I don't know about unavailable. I'm not, there are a few things that are unavailable here that I've been looking for, like green beans, but my buddy Brian hooked me up with some green beans, which wasn't important. Somebody wanted me to make them green bean casserole, and I was on a mission to find green beans, and I couldn't do it here, like canned green beans. I think maybe the U.S. is the only one that eats those, but we have like a traditional green bean casserole for like Thanksgiving. Anyway, different story. Anything that has to be shipped over here has an excessive amount of tax on it. Gerald Fawcett, is it okay to metal detect on beaches? I don't think Thai people really care what you do on the beach. During the day, really there is no Thai people on the beach, especially if it's sunny. They really don't care what you're doing. I mean, as long as you're not digging up gigantic holes and leaving them on the beach for people to break their ankle, they really don't care. And even if you did leave holes, I don't know what they wouldn't come up to you and say, hey, stop doing that. But, you know, have some respect anyway. They really don't care about that stuff. The Thebudbar, Chuck, love your videos. Thank you. I was wondering about e-bikes. Are they available in Cha'am, and what are the restrictions do Thai law have on them? Thank you. E-bikes, no. Most everybody here, Thai people ride mopeds. They rent bicycles. You're not going to find a Thai person to go buy a bunch of expensive e-bikes so nobody will rent them. The only people that will rent them are some foreigners that come over here. I'm sure they're going to have to make a profit, you know, to be able to rent these. And I don't know who would buy that versus a pedal bike. Or it's so cheap to rent a moped here. I think there's probably not any restrictions or laws. I think it's a matter of common sense. I don't think that there's a market for that in Thailand. Maybe in, you know, LA or San Francisco, but not saying that's where you're from, but it's just not really a market in Thailand for that. Do they have them? I don't know. I've seen electric bikes here, like old school, you know, you pedal and kind of go, but I haven't seen anything. Could there be some here? I'm sure they're made in China anyway, you know. Stephen Ryan, did you celebrate the anniversary of your arrival to live permanently in Thailand? When you look back over the year, do you feel that you have changed any ways through living in Thailand? That's a very good question, Stephen. No, I didn't celebrate that. I'm not really big on personal celebrations. We had a birthday party for me. Which was just a reason, I think, to party anyway. But we don't celebrate our. When's our anniversary? She said September something. I think it's October, like the 18th. But that's why I love her. Those little things aren't that important, so we don't really celebrate stuff like that. No, I didn't do a celebration. I feel a lot more comfortable in Thailand. Let me give you some advice, just some personal advice, my own personal opinion. If you're coming to Thailand to stay long term, to be easier on yourself, try to accept Thailand for what it is, and don't try to change Thailand, or don't try to think that Thailand should be some other way that you're familiar to, or some way that works in your country. And I did this a lot, and it was difficult for the transition when I first got here, was why don't they do this and why don't they do that, and how they could be making more money if they do this, and all these things are going through my head, but it just won't work in Thailand. Things work here. When you're here for a while longer, you start to understand why they do things this way. It doesn't make sense at first because you know there's a better way, you've seen it. But once you learn why they're doing that, a lot of times it makes sense and you feel like, oh, okay, I get it now. If you could speak Thai, you could walk up to somebody and ask them, hey, why did you just pull out in front of me on your bicycle and I could have killed you and I had to swerve? Why do you do that? You know, but we can't because we don't speak Thai. But he may have an explanation that will make you just totally understand why they do that. I doubt it. But anyway, that was an extreme example. But my advice to you is to try to understand Thailand, accept it for what it is, and don't try to change it because you're never going to wrap your head around it and you're going to drive yourself crazy. So anyway, I went a little bit off track on that one, but I love Thailand even more than I did when I first got here. I really feel so much more relaxed and I guess you could say sabai, like island life. Things don't really bother me that much, and for strange as it is, things always seem to work out here. May not work out at first, may not work out exactly on the second time, but somehow it always works out. So if you can just be patient, it always works out. Paige used to tell me that all the time back home in America, and sometimes it'd get on my nerves. I'd say, no, it ain't going to work out unless I make it work out. The only reason why things are working is because I'm making it work. That wasn't the right thing to say, but that's how we feel. So she always said, as many times as you worry about everything, it always seemed to work out in the end. So I don't even know why you're worrying about it. And really, to be honest with you today, it makes perfect sense. I love you. Anyway, Sven Bowlin. The padding on your safety belt, what is it for? Somebody commented, I didn't get his name, said it was for women. I said, well, I thought I felt pretty sexy wearing it. The padding is just, it says Toyota on the other side, but somebody was wondering what the padding on the belt was for. I guess they never seen it. I thought they sold that everywhere. It's just to have, you put it up here and it keeps you from getting, well, the thing, a lot of times it's so hot in Thailand that people wear that so they don't sweat too, but it's to keep you from being rubbed on your safety belt. I don't know. It came with the truck. I didn't buy it. I don't really care about it, to be honest with you. I don't know. It always falls down. I seem to want to pick it up, and it seems to make it a little bit better. I don't know. I don't worry about shit like that anymore. Fravin Adams. I have a question. Living in the Isan area of Thailand, I gotta speed this up. I got too many damn questions and I'm going on too long. Living in Isan area of Thailand and all the different foods that you eat there, do you partake in food prepared with stinky sauce? My girlfriend prepares food, papaya salad, and many other things at our restaurant. That is one thing I will not try. Fravin. See y'all soon. I don't like it smells horrible. It reminds me of a dead fish that rolled up on shore 3 days ago. But I do eat food with it in there. Before I came here, I couldn't even handle fish sauce. It smelled horrible to me. They use that for a salty flavor. It's not like I gotta put extra fish sauce in my food, but it's in there, and I've kind of acquired a taste to it. It's not that big of a deal, but I can't eat a big healthy dose of that stinky sauce. And if I smell it, I'm like pure, it's disgusting to me. Paige likes it. She don't like it either. A little bit. Preston Bragrationi. Thanks, Chuck and Paige. Great video indeed. Just FYI, at 21.25 seconds, 21 minutes, 25 seconds, we all saw a man trying to hold rats. He's talking about a little video I did at the Lao market. Cambodians and some Thais consume rats. My wife told me that she had eaten a few roasted rats, and according to her, they were simply mouthwatering. The rats, coincidentally, are not sewer rats, are they? But then, that is what the vendor will tell you anyway, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, they are. The vendors, if you ask them if it's sweet, oh, why am I not? Always sweet, you know. Is it spicy? Oh, no, my pet, not spicy. It's spicy. The rats are not sewer rats. That would be too difficult for them and time consuming for them to try to catch. These are field rats that they get out of the rice field. They catch them. I don't know, maybe they came from the sewers, but we don't really have a system like that, like in New York, you know. But most of these are just field rats that eat nothing but rice. Why do they eat them? I don't know. They have such good food in Thailand. I don't know why they would even try to eat those, you know. But it's disgusting. I don't know why they do that. Mr. Lucky 7J. Well, it sounded like a few people are trying to give you a hard time according to the end of your video. Tough luck for them. I want to ask my question one more time if you have a chance to answer. Fine, if not, no big deal. What fishing lures and jigs would you recommend to bring from the United States? Thanks for all your videos. Hope to run into you in 2018. If I missed this question, I apologize. I don't remember even seeing it. But they sell all that stuff here in Thailand, everything. I brought a lot of things over that I'll never need. You don't even have to bring fishing poles, or that stuff is super cheap here. You could just buy it and leave it, give it to somebody when you leave, you know, if you're just visiting. But they have everything here. They're really big on fishing, and the lures are extremely inexpensive. You might find some stuff here that you want to take to bring back home, but it's a different way of fishing here. It really is. But my recommendation is don't bring anything. They have all that stuff here. Stuart Mackenzie. Hey Chuck, I certainly share your frustration in trying to open a bank account in Thailand. This was an old video he watched. I'm in the process of making wedding plans and moving to Thailand. I'm retired and thus no work permit. I just got a tourist visa before leaving Canada and had it extended for 90 days. I need 400,000 baht in a Thai bank account to get an O marriage visa, but the banks want you to have an O visa before you can open an account. Another bank wants a confirmation letter from the embassy to confirm the picture in your passport is really you. What the F? The time wasted going from bank to bank until I find somebody intelligent enough to see the catch-22 problem is exhausting. I can foresee going back to the bank with the letter from the embassy only to have a different person come up with a different rule that he or she just pulls out of a hat. Mind-boggling to say the least. The biggest problem here, Stuart, is they can't really explain to you the situation because you don't understand them and they don't understand you. So it gets confusing. But here's the deal. Why do you need a bank, in their mind, okay, why do you need a bank account if you're just a tourist in Thailand? They don't really, you're telling them that you're going to get married soon and you're going to come here. I get it. I tried to do the same thing. So if you're only here on a tourist visa, you have no business of having an account here. So the reason for the picture is, what are you doing?
Daddy.
The reason for the picture is because a lot of people come here and open up like money laundering accounts. They do that from all over the world. They did it a lot and they're stopping that stuff. So that stuff hurts us that really want to open an account in preparation of getting a long-term visa. So anyway, let me just tell you what I did and then let me give you a recommendation what I think you should do. I went to the bank. They wouldn't give me an account because I didn't have a long stay visa, so I just got an account in my wife's name. At that point, I sent some money over to Thailand before I got my visa so that I knew I had enough money here. The bank told me once I had my long-term visa that I could get an account there. Okay, great, no problem. So time goes by, come back to Thailand. I go there. I've got some more money I want to deposit. I want to open a new account. And I want to take another account that Paige has and make it a joint account. Okay. So they won't give me an account. They say that I can't get an account without a work permit. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Then they tell me I've got to go to the embassy and I've got to get a picture, affidavit showing that that's really me on my United States passport. Anyway, long story short, took all of my money out of that bank. I went to Bangkok Bank and set up an account really easy. Once I drew out a couple million baht out of that account, the lady came out of there, oh, and it's so easy to get an account here all of a sudden, right? Yeah, well, I'd already got an account over there and that was done. So my recommendation for you is to, when you're wherever you're at in the United States or wherever, get your visa. You can go to Washington, D.C. and get a 1-year visa. You can show them how much money you have in your account there without even having a Thai account. When you go to get your next year extension, you need to have the money in the account for 3 months prior to getting your, not extension, but your next yearly retirement visa. Or what you could do like me, you go to the embassy or consulate, get your 90-day visa, then come to Thailand. You have, on your first extension, you only have to have the money in the account for 60 days. So you have, let's say you're here for a week and you open your account, you've got 3 weeks to transfer your money that you need in that account if you want to do it that way. It's really not that big of a deal, but they don't want to give you an account with a tourist visa. Why do you need an account in Thailand when you're just visiting Thailand? That's the question that's going on in their mind. What do you need it for? You're just visiting. Spend your money on your holiday and go home. That's what they're thinking, to be honest with you. Bangkok Bank is the only one that I would deal with because they know how to deal with foreigners, and make sure you do it in an area where there's plenty of tourists and they can tell you exactly what you need to get an account there. There are a few things that you have to do, but hey, that's life here in Thailand. That's the way it is. And things always change. You may walk in there and it's so easy to get an account, and the next day it might be very difficult. So just hang in there, be patient. Nothing is written, there's not a rule book here. You just need to learn how to be sabai. But it'll all work out. Ratings Winnerinsix. I'm a little confused. You talk about pics of you and your family and home. I thought, wrongly by the looks, you were on a retirement extension. I do know that pics, etc., are sometimes wanted by immigration for marriage extensions. My mistake. To be clear though, if people are on retirement extensions, there are no such requirements regarding pics, etc. You're exactly right. I don't know why they would need pictures of anything if you're on a retirement visa other than a picture of you, like an updated picture, like a visa picture. I never said I was on a retirement visa. You have to be 50 years old to be on a retirement visa. I am not 50 years old. I'm here on a marriage visa. I have several videos that explain, I know I have a ton of videos and it's hard to keep up with them, but I'm here to tell you now in this video, I'm here on a marriage visa and they require, this time, it changes all the time. The guy had to come out to my house last time and took about 12 pictures with his cell phone to send to Bangkok with my packet. This time I only need to say 3 pictures. Well, I'm going to bring 4 or 5 because you know how that goes. So he wants a picture of me and Paige in front of the house, and me and Paige in the family. That's what he said. It's for a marriage visa. They want to make sure you're still married and it's legitimate, because there is a lot of that crap going on in here. There's a lot of people that are here that I won't say they probably shouldn't be here, but they can't afford to be here, so they make an arrangement with a woman, and it happens. And it's not always for long either. It's Chinese and Cambodian or anybody. Craig Nolan, this has probably been asked loads, but how does Paige feel about the camera all the time? Loving the videos here from Ireland. She just left her, I'd ask her. Thai people really don't like to be in front of the camera for video. They love to take pictures. They'll take pictures all day long with them doing the stupidest things imaginable, take pictures. But as soon as you bring out a video camera, it's like, yeah. Paige doesn't care. She's used to it. I've been videoing now for the past 2 years. She's not one to talk about stuff like me, like most Thai people. It's not important to her. She would never come here and answer all these questions, because these questions are not important in a Thai culture. They just don't worry about the things that you guys worry about. So I get it though. We got to have the logistics. We're moving here. We're moving on the other side of the world here. We got to know how we fit in. So I understand, but as I progress here in Thailand, I start to think the same things, like, golly, we worry so much about the craziest stuff, you know. But Paige doesn't care about the camera. She doesn't jump in front of the camera, want to be in front of the camera. I have to slowly get her. I know you guys probably don't notice, but if I ask her a question and I'm focusing too much on the camera on her, she doesn't really answer it real well. So sometimes I fade off of her to get her to keep talking. So it's just the way I've got to do it with her. She doesn't really care, but she's not one to get in front of a video. Unless she's irritating me. She loves to irritate me. Leo Jonkers, I thought that you were here in Thailand much longer than a year. You speak good Thai for a Pharang. Thank you very much. No, only been here a year. I feel like I should know the language a lot better than I do. I think I've been wrapped up too much in the computer and traveling a lot. I know I've done a lot. I mean, I've done a lot since I've been here, but I'm pretty hard on myself. The biggest problem that I have is I can't seem to wrap my head around the accent. And that is a big thing with Thai language. You've got to be able to say it correctly. Everybody says I speak out of my nose. I don't, maybe I do. I'm thinking, well, if I do, what other Thai people don't do that, you know? So I need to learn how to move my tongue more and try to sound more clear. So, you know, I came to Thailand to live. I didn't come here to stay. I want to live here permanently, so I think it was very important for me to spend my first year or 2 years adapting and learning the language and learning the culture, because it's not only fair to me, but fair to the country that I try to learn their language, just like I would expect them to do coming into my country. I think the worst thing you could do, like I said earlier, is try to change Thailand, or, you know, you should always just try to learn from it. And if you're going to live here, accept it and be a part of it. Don't try to fight it, because it's only going to hurt you. Because if you're only hanging around Falangs and talking to Falangs all day, and you only get a perception from each other's conversation or what you think you're seeing, without actually talking to a Thai person or being able to read a Thai newspaper or listen to a Thai news channel, you're really not going to get a grasp on what's really going on in Thailand. And it only hurts you. So I'm here to live. I'm not here to stay, and I think it's very important to learn a language. That being said, if that's what your goals are, I will tell you that the best thing to do is learn the alphabet first. Once you learn the alphabet, you'll be able to say the word properly instead of using phonics. I get beat up all the time on the internet by people saying I'm not saying it correctly, but I'm trying to say it in Thai letters and Thai vowels, and if you look at it in a phonics, like an English version, it never sounds right. And if it doesn't sound right, it doesn't mean anything anyway. So again, I always say, if you're learning Thai for the first time, listen to a Thai person say it and write it down how you hear it, however you want to spell it, so you say it properly. That's what really matters, is that the tone comes out correctly. Anyway, that's all I really got to say. Thank you very much for all the questions. I know I got quite a few left. I will get them on the next one. If I missed yours, ask me again, and I will try to answer them. Hopefully I answered the ones through the comment section good enough. If you feel like you're still confused or need more questions, just ask me again. And I thank you for the viewers for helping answer some questions too, especially from people that do live here. I really do appreciate that. We got a lot of things coming up. I've got a weekly update coming up. Going to talk to you about our awesome trip. We're fixing to make a really cool trip, and I'm going to give you the details on that coming up shortly. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We have a lot of videos coming, more than me just blah blah blah. And our channel is about mine and Paige's experience being new to Thailand. So Paige left here when she was 15 years old, so trying to ask her sometimes, she's like, I don't know, I've been in America most of my life, you know. So this is an adventure that I love new things, and I like to bring you guys along with us to make you feel like you're part of it. And yeah, I answer some questions as we go, the best of my ability, and I really enjoy that. Keep asking the questions. If you like it, hit like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Kap kun ma krap, chok di lao jerkin mai krap. Means thank you very much. Good luck, and I will see you later.